What's up guys, Bodybuilding Vegan here, and today we're going to talk about going through a breakup. Luckily for me, or maybe not luckily, well, I guess it's all a matter of perspective. I'm not talking about the one right now. I'll grab my happy pillow. And breakups, this is not as comfortable as back here. Breakups, it can be hard. For me, I've wanted to make this video for a while. No script, just going off the top of my head here. This is referring to the breakup that I went through back in 2022. It was a pivotal moment in my life. I think that breakup shaped me in more ways than almost any other experience. And I'll get into a little bit of the why. But if you're going through a breakup, or you've been through one, or you go through one in the future, this might be a good video to come back and get some perspective and some clarity. So rewinding back a couple years to 2022, why did this breakup have such an impact on me? Why did it set me up to become who I am today? What can I learn from this, and what can you, more importantly, learn from this going forward? And how can you navigate if you're going through your own breakup? So for me, I'll always be honest with you guys. I'll always try to be honest with myself. If you scroll back on my Instagram to that time, I put all of this out there. I wanted the world to know, and part of it for me, that was my process to move forward, to accept it. If I could post about it, it meant it was real. And if it's real, you can work through it and you can grow through it. So I have been dating Laura for about 14 months. A lot of it ended up being long distance towards the end, but I don't think that played into the breakup at all. We were damn near inseparable, to the point of trying to build a life together. I realize now, with some clarity looking back, that this wasn't the end-all be-all relationship. It's not that you find the one person and you're with them forever no matter what. I think the culmination leading up to the relationship, I went through a lot of personal trauma. I went through mental and emotional abuse from a prior relationship that made me, I think, just so ready to latch on to anything healthy and safe, to the point of being unhealthy, but still safe. So Laura and I had some differences as far as how we wanted to raise kids, / did we even want to have kids? I don't think that I did. I think that I just wanted to be the right partner, and that was a requirement. So in addition to that, that was going to lead to me moving to Miami instead of where I'm at now, or wherever I thought I might go, possibly changing careers. I realize now, looking back, that I would have done anything in my power to save that relationship. I would have gone back on my own ethical standards. I would have changed where I wanted to live or what I wanted to do. And I think at the time I was just so blinded. I was blinded by being in love that I didn't ask myself, is this good for me? Is this exactly where I should be? Is this the life I want to live? And let me preface this with, Laura was an incredible, and to my knowledge, it still is an incredible person. We definitely loved each other. I had never loved somebody like that before in my life. But just because you love someone, and just because you're in a relationship with someone, doesn't mean that's the best spot for you or the best spot for them. She ended up breaking up with me. It totally destroyed my idea of what I wanted the future to be. But I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. I'm so glad she did. I am living a life I never anticipated living. I'm in Tampa right now. I don't know where I'll be next year. I'm so grateful for all that I have. I have met some incredible people in my life that I wouldn't have met if Laura didn't break up with me. I wouldn't have had my best friend Alyssa. I wouldn't have probably stayed in Gainesville and got a chance to meet Alex Newton. I would not have become closer with Brent at the time and with One to Save Many at the time, and met all the wonderful people that I met through that, like Alex, aka Bonks. I wouldn't have my current girlfriend right now, Allie. And I'm so grateful I got all of these opportunities. But I will say, at the moment when the breakup happened, I went into a downward spiral. I was the most upset that I had been in my entire life, the most sad, probably the most considering self-harm at any point in time in my life, because I felt like I lost who I was. And so my advice for you, my advice for myself, if I go through this again, if you're going through this right now, give it time. Feel the pain. Assess what you need. Be kind to yourself in the moment. Don't worry about next week, next month, or next year. Worry about maybe today, maybe even just the next 5 minutes. What do you need to do for you to keep yourself healthy? And then, after some time has passed, you can go back and reflect and see how this is something that happened for you and not to you. For the longest time, I questioned what Laura was thinking and why she broke up with me. It didn't make sense because of how much we loved each other and how much the relationship meant to both of us. It didn't really make sense to me. And for the longest time, I couldn't wrap my head around accepting it. Seeing it now, she had insight and value that I don't know how she came about this, but I didn't have it. Like I said, I would have just about thrown away any other aspect of my life to maintain that relationship. I think the only non-negotiables would be that I need to work out and I don't want to kill animals. Outside of that, I probably would have done just about anything. It wouldn't be on the path that I'm on right now. And it wouldn't have been out of anything negative from her side. It was just we wanted different things out of life. What I will say is, I'd go back and do it all again in a heartbeat. I'm so grateful for two things. I'm one, grateful for the lessons that Laura taught me while I was with her. She's the reason I have the best day ever tattooed on my arm and on my brain. I had that every single day. I had someone telling me, have the best day ever, have the best day ever. And at the time, I wasn't who I am now. And if I had the best day ever on Monday, how could I possibly have the best day ever on Tuesday? I didn't realize it's more of an ideal. It's more of a concept than an actual concrete thing of checkbox, have the best day ever. And at my lowest point, I didn't care about myself anymore. I didn't care about my life anymore. But I figured if I don't care about me, it doesn't mean I can't care about those that are around me. I can't put this message out for other people, so I would just tell everybody to have the best day ever. To the point that it's now on clothes. It's literally actually in the tag of this shirt and the tag of the shorts I'm wearing. It's tattooed on my arm. I get this message from people countless times every single day. And at first it was just one person, and now it's so many. And I'm so grateful that I had someone to teach me how to be happy. For the longest time, I thought that Laura was my source of happiness, and that was like it. Like that's all I had to do. Like it was almost like that was my water. Like I knew where to go to get the water. That was the water. But really, Laura was more of my happiness coach. She taught me how to be happy, and I realized I can find happiness in other things. I can find happiness in other aspects of my life. Not that I was an unhappy person before, but it just took it to another level. And so I'm so, so deeply grateful for that. I wish I could go back and have the foresight that I know now. I wish I could have treated each day as it was. Each day wasn't a brick in this foundation for building something for the rest of my entire life, no matter what. Each day was a gift. I didn't fully appreciate each day. And so with every relationship I've had moving forward, that's how I've approached things, whether or not we last forever. Even my current relationship, which I kind of can't imagine not having, I'm still viewing each day as a gift. If I get broken up with next week, if she dies tomorrow, I still want the gift of today. And I want to give as much of a gift that I can today too. And so that was a major, major mindset shift for me was to have the best day ever. And I'm so genuinely, authentically grateful to the point where I want everybody else to have the best day ever. So that was part one. I'm grateful for the happiness that I learned from that relationship. Two, at the time, I couldn't be grateful for this, but I am now. I'm grateful for the pain. I'm grateful that it hurt so bad. I'm grateful that I had never experienced that kind of pain before. It completely changed who I am and who I wanted to be. And I love this. My family has just arrived, so I'm going to have to wrap this up a little bit faster than I planned. But Laura, thank you. Thank you for the pain. It made me grow into the person I wanted to become. And I couldn't have done it without that. So no hard feelings, no negativity. I'm grateful for this. It is entirely something that I could not have imagined ever wanting, but it made me who I am. All right, y'all. Send this to anybody that's going through a breakup. Seriously, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I hope that you get to experience this one day and also experience where I'm sitting now sometime in the future where you're grateful for what you went through.